Welcome to Hockey Talk in the Desert Southwest. This is episode number 33. We're shooting it live today from Oceanside Ice Arena, the home of Sun Devil Hockey. We have a couple of great guests for you tonight. We've got the goaltender from the Arizona State Sun Devils men's hockey team, Joey DACCORD. We're also going to have the head coach of the ASU women's team, Lindy, Ellis. And we're going to round it out tonight by interviewing the senior captain from the Arizona State women's hockey team, Danica BORGES. So we look forward to a great show tonight, and I hope you'll stick with us. We'll be right back in just a minute.
The Ice Den Scottsdale has always been the coolest place in the desert. Now with the addition of the Ice Den Chandler, our 2 locations hosting 5 sheets of ice make the Ice Den your home for youth, travel, and adult hockey leagues. Our nationally recognized Learn to Skate programs offer world-class instruction for skaters of all ages. Our pro shop features equipment and apparel with the top hockey and figure skating brands. 18 Degrees Express with the Chili Bean Cafe make the Ice Den the perfect place to host your next birthday party or special event. Visit us online at Coyotes.
Joey DACCORD, we're back at home at the Oceanside Ice Arena after a historic weekend in program history. So, first of all, congratulations. Second of all, tell me a little bit about the weekend and how it all played out for you in Vegas.
It was a really fun weekend, awesome weekend for the guys on our team and the staff, and just the program and the school. It's nice to kind of have that gratification and kind of see all that hard work that you put in all the time, all year in the past couple of years, especially with the team and the staff, and just kind of see it all come to fruition a little bit and have something to win and play for. And it was really special for all of us, and it was definitely an awesome weekend. Let's
kind of review the week in advance. You guys, you went out to Coach Power's house, I understood, on Wednesday night, right? Mm-hmm. And he was stressing fun.
Yep.
So I asked Brinson, and I'll ask you, was it fun?
Oh yeah, absolutely. We had a fun time there, and I think it translated to the weekend, and we just tried to play a fun, light game and just bring our work ethic to the weekend, and I think it definitely translated, and it showed on the ice.
So you guys fly up to Vegas, right? You get 2 days at T-Mobile. Yep. Get a chance to do a couple of special things. I know one of them was Nick Raboni came and spoke to you guys and thanked you for the jersey that you sent him after the October 1 event. So what was Nick's message to you guys?
Yeah, that was really special to see him and have him come talk to us for a little bit. He just told us to enjoy the moment and try to really have fun and take advantage of the opportunity that we had in front of us. It was a special opportunity to be able to play at T-Mobile Arena in such a beautiful facility, and just try to have fun and try to go win a tournament. And it's funny that it ended up happening, and we're all really proud of the effort that we gave and how hard we worked, and really happy that it worked out for us.
I know after you guys' performance the second half, for sure last season, a lot of teams took notice of you that you weren't going to lay down for them, right? You were going to compete, and you had Northern Michigan, and you came out strong and soundly defeated them.
Yep.
What was that like for the guys in the locker room? Did you feel like you were ready to play these guys?
Yeah, I think we might have caught them a little off guard, but I thought we did an excellent job of coming out so strong and so ready to play. And I think that's sometimes this year we haven't come out the way we wanted to, and I think we really came out the way we wanted to on Friday night and Saturday night, but especially Friday night. We took it to them right away and scored a couple goals early, and they never had a chance. So that's the way we want to play every night, and I think it was good to see that when we do come out the way we want to come out, that we have a very good chance of winning a lot of games. So I think it was good for us to be able to see that success firsthand and to translate into 2 wins and a tournament championship.
So for you personally, Boston College was the other side of the bracket of this tournament, and I have a feeling you kind of wanted to play them, didn't you?
Yeah, we lost to them 3-1 last year, and I wanted a little bit of revenge against them. But I'll take the tournament championship. I can't complain about that.
Let's talk about that championship game a little bit. You guys got the lead again early, which was kind of your MO, right? You wanted to do that. And then you had to weather the storm towards the end, and you made some big saves. Tell me a little bit about what that third period was like.
Yeah, it was weird because this year we haven't too many times had a big lead like that going to the third period, and we had 2 this weekend. So I kind of just drew on the experience from the night before, being up 3-1 going to the third, and Saturday night being up 3-0, and said, just got to take it one shot at a time and just try to do my best to keep them off the scoreboard. And you know, they got a couple, but we were able to hold them off and ultimately get the win. So that was the goal.
I'll tell you, my studio that I was shooting out of, there was butted up against the Michigan Tech locker room. And when they came in at the end of the second period, they said, hey, we need 3 goals in 20 minutes. Can we do it? And I was going like, uh-oh, these guys are coming out ready to fly. And you guys weathered the storm. But tell me about a couple of comments that I heard you make along the bench going, hey guys, thanks for the blocks.
Yeah.
Your defensemen were blocking everything, weren't they?
Yeah, they did an unbelievable job. I think I was saying that every TV timeout I was coming over. Hey boys, you know, great blocks, good job eating pucks. They were. It wasn't even just the D; it was everybody making my life pretty easy, and they were doing an awesome job getting sticks on shots and getting in the way and making my life a lot easier. So a lot of the credit goes to them, and they did an awesome job.
Let's wrap it up by talking about the next 3 weeks. You're at home right here in the barn, and a couple more out at Gila River. So how big are these next 6 games for you guys?
Yeah, I think we just got to build off of what we did last weekend. I think last weekend was kind of a big confidence boost for us that, hey, we can win a tournament with a really strong field. I think that kind of shows what kind of team we are and the group we have in our room. It kind of gives us a little more self-belief that we can compete with anybody, and I think that's going to translate into these next couple weekends that, hey, these are all winnable games for us, and we got to try to bring the same energy and compete level that we brought last weekend to these next upcoming games.
So the obvious question for Sun Devil fans is, how many more years do we have Joey DACCORD?
I don't know.
Are the Ottawa Senators knocking on your door yet?
I haven't even thought about it. I'm just trying to focus on the season and taking it one game at a time, and you know, worry about that stuff when I need to. But right now, I'm just trying to focus on the season and you know, really enjoying playing for the Sun Devils. So just trying to focus on that right now.
Awesome, Joey. We love having you around, and keep up the good work, okay?
Thanks for having me.
In today's odor elimination, sanitizing, and deodorizing market, air spaces and fabrics are treated with very aggressive, highly toxic, and often very dangerous but cheap chemical-based solutions. These chemicals have harmful residues and pollutants that can impact your health and the well-being of those around you. This is the bad news. The good news is there's something better. That something is OxyPal. OxyPal is a fast-growing company based in Phoenix, Arizona, with franchises opening across North America. OxyPal has developed a way to eliminate, not mask or disguise, all organic-based odors in any airspace or on any fabric surface with ozone, also called trioxygen. Ozone is present in the atmosphere, and it is what protects our planet, our environment, and every living thing on Earth. Through years of research and development, OxyPal has perfected a way to harness and apply this powerful solution to purify airspaces and fabric surfaces safely and effectively, eliminating all organic bacteria, viruses, mold, fungi, and allergens on the molecular level. OxyPal has designed and perfected many next-generation and evolutionary alternative products and services safe for people, pets, and our planet. The solutions offered by OxyPal are stronger, safer, non-toxic, and a great value. Visit our website and online store today at www.oxypal.com. On our website, you can make a service appointment, buy products, or learn more about us and our great franchising opportunities.
All right, it's another segment of Hockey Talk in the Desert Southwest. We've got the head coach of the ASU women's team, Lindsey Ellis, back with us. Lindsey, it's a busy weekend for you as always, but you came off of a long time without playing, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's been a month without games and without practice as well. We've only had a week of practice before this, so definitely just straight back into the busy weekends.
That's really one of the things of ACHA hockey, isn't it? You get that big semester gap, and it's almost like starting over, isn't it?
A little bit. I think it's just a chance to, recharge, think about, what we can do better, but, we're such a young program, and, we just have to remember that we need to get better every single game, and, there's so many different things that go into the game of hockey, so it's a learning process for not only the players, but us as a coaching staff.
From my point of view, it looks like you're getting better, you're getting faster, your systems are getting better, goaltending's pretty solid, but from your point of view, what do you think? Are you making the strides that you hoped that you were going to make at this point?
Yeah, we're definitely getting better. There's, there's different situations where we can always be better, and that's definitely a mental aspect of the girls' game that I don't think as much happens in the men's game.
Right.
But we're definitely making strides. If you look back from just at this point in January last year,
right.
It's a whole different team. So, we are happy with the growth and development of the program, especially moving forward from now into next season. But we're 10 times, 100 times better than we were at the end of last year than we are now.
Talk about this team you're playing this weekend. It's in Assiniboine. It's a good Canadian college school. They come down here for 3 games. It's a challenge for you, obviously, because you play 10 o'clock, 2 o'clock, 9 a.m. But you guys are used to playing different times and playing multiple games on a weekend. But what's it like to play a team like this?
Yeah, we went into this not knowing anything about this program. They're a Division II program. We haven't even played an out-of-conference program or
right.
team within Division I, so we didn't know much about them. Now that we do know them, we know they're a good passing team. It's not exactly that they're faster, but the puck moves faster than anybody. So if we're not in position, that puck will be 5 people, and we saw that in these games so far. So hopefully, we're learning from that, and tomorrow we'll play better.
So along the way this season, you picked up some new recruits, I know, and I know you got another prospect camp coming up here in about 3 months in April, and then there's an exciting new one coming up this summer. So tell us a little bit about how that came about to go to Minnesota of all places.
Yeah, our prospect camp has been, one of our biggest recruiting tools as far as incoming players, especially for next year. Every single recruit we have coming in next year has came into Tempe and skated with us, even all the girls from Canada.
Right.
So it's one of our biggest recruiting tools, but we also understand that, it is very expensive to take a trip down to Arizona and then be able to pay for a camp. But we want to get our name out there, be able to see girls out of our market. We see a lot of girls in the West, especially with all just the Western tournaments. We're really used to, the Utah and New Mexico teams and stuff like that. So we want to get out of that market and be able to see all of those girls in Minnesota, as well as the surrounding states. So, we're just really excited to be able to, have this opportunity to reach out further.
So how'd that all come about? I mean, the Wild have a beautiful practice facility coming up, and I'm guessing that's where you're going to be, right?
It is, yep. It actually just opened last week.
Right.
So there's actually not much even about the rink yet on the internet yet, but brand new rink, the old Macy's Center in downtown Minneapolis, downtown St. Paul, excuse me. That's where the rink is at now.
Right.
So we're very excited to be able to have the opportunity to skate there. So it's just, it was a matter of communication, and it all kind of came about pretty quickly.
So is it just your team being up there, or are there going to be other teams as well?
For women's, it will just be us. There will be a little announcement soon on the men's side, but they'll announce that themselves.
Very nice. So tell me a little bit about what you've seen from your Minnesota girls. What do you like about them? What makes them attractive to your program?
Yeah, I think coming to Arizona, they're from a huge hockey state. They're used to it. They're used to being able to play girls hockey from the time they start until the time they end. Whereas here, growing up, all of our girls are used to playing boys hockey until they're 16 years old. So, just being able to reach out to a different market, and, we're something new to them and something exciting. So, I think as our program continues to develop, people will want to be a part of our program. We're trying to build one of the most elite ACHA programs in the country, and I think we're well on our way with, all the recruits that we have coming in, as well as all the girls that we continue to talk to.
Tell me a little bit, and we'll kind of wrap it up with this, but tell me a little bit about the development again of girls hockey here, what you've seen over the last year and a half or so with your program and what's coming into your program. How's the development been down here in Arizona?
Yeah, the Lady Coyotes, we have a few committed from the Lady Coyotes so far, which is really exciting for us, especially considering there's 2 teams in Phoenix now for collegiate hockey. So for them to be able to come to our program is, really great for us in terms of development. But the girls that are coming in are, phenomenal players, phenomenal attitude. It's really awesome to see an Arizona native being able to come to our program and play university hockey for their own state.
So Lindsay, we appreciate your time as always. We know you got a busy schedule ahead with the push towards the national tournament, so let's see if we can get over the hump and get there.
Thank you.
We need you. We need you. We need you to support Wildcat hockey.
The Wildcats are back in action, and it's time to show your U of A pride at the TCC Arena. Please call for tickets or come to the TCC box office. U of A hockey is affordable and fun for the entire family.
We need you. We need you.
We need you to support U of A Wildcat hockey.
All right, it's another edition of Hockey Talk in the Desert Southwest. One I've been waiting for a long time because she's a senior, she's graduated, she's back, and she's Danica Borges. Danica, welcome.
Hi, thanks for having me.
So we've tried for how long to get this thing on the air? It's, you always have a class on Tuesday night.
Yep.
Now you're down to just one class. So first of all, tell me what your holiday was like.
It was great. It was great being back with my family and, you know, my great friends back home. I definitely missed them. And then my dog, I got to see her, so that was cool. But my holiday, like, everything's about my family. Like, that's the most important aspect about being home for me, is just being able to spend time with them, especially since I'm away from them most of the year.
Right. So now you're back at ASU. You got a few games coming up. We got 3 in 3 days, so right back at it, right?
Oh yeah, right back to the grind. It's you know, we've only had 1 week of class, 2 practices, and now 3 games. Like, I'm super excited, don't get me wrong, but it's going to be a challenge going back right out there. Like, but, you know, I know that we can do it, and I'm excited to be back and actually just continuing the season with my girls.
So tell me how the season has gone this year. You guys have made some great strides over last year. You got a few more numbers, and the wins are starting to come a little bit. So what's it been like?
For me, it's like I feel like I've grown a lot, and with the rookies on the team now, it's second year into the program. We actually have rookies. Like,
right?
Not everybody's at the same level. So that's exciting, and you know, as a team, we've grown, and we're coming into our second half of the season. And I feel that most of the girls have connected more. So hopefully that'll show more on the ice this half and continue to produce some wins. We were lucky enough to sweep GCU for our last games before winter break. But, you know, we've definitely improved since last season. So I'm super excited about that, and I wish to continue that success and make it to playoffs, hopefully.
So this weekend is really unique in the fact that not only do you have 3 games in 3 days, but you got 1 at 10 p.m. tonight, you have 1 at like 2 tomorrow afternoon, and then 1 at 9 o'clock on Sunday morning.
Yes.
So how do you adjust to that? Are we going to find out?
Yeah, it's not the first time that we've had a weird weekend schedule like this. Like, we've played 4 games in 1 weekend before, so it's nothing new to us. It's just coming back and jumping right back into things.
Right.
You kind of just have to roll with it, and you have to treat your body right. And like Captain Casey McGinley always says, you know, treat your bodies right, eat healthy, drink healthy, you know, and you just kind of have to mentally prepare too. So if that means taking a bunch of naps throughout the day for this 10 p.m. game, can't lie, I did it. You know, that's what you got to do. You have to rest. Like, resting is the main key, I think, this weekend, because otherwise you're just going to tire yourself out, and if you're tired, that's not going to be any use to us on the ice, because you're just not going to be able to play at 100%.
So you told me a little bit about the way the team has played on the ice this year, but you guys have also started to grow for the future, right? I mean,
yes.
You got a lot of good recruits coming in, and you guys really laid the groundwork, didn't you, for a program that's going to be much better in the years to come?
Yeah, I've definitely seen our recruits posted on social media and everything. So we've got, I think, 8 already signed up for next season, which is super exciting. It's unfortunate that I won't be able to, you know, play with them and build with them. But from the girls that have come out and skated with us at practice already, like, I'm very much looking forward to how the women's team is going to do in the future. And you know, a lot of them are Arizona natives, but we do have we have expanded outside as well. I believe we're having a prospect camp in Minnesota.
Right, that's exciting.
Over the summer, I want to say, but that's super exciting. And to expand like that. And as a second-year program, you need that. You need you need that drive, and you need that attention. So for that to happen, it's amazing.
Speaking of attention, you guys are going to be going on the ice right after this NCAA game, and of course the NCAA guys finished off a big tournament win last weekend. So ASU hockey is starting to make a little mark on the map, isn't it?
Oh yeah, definitely. I'm super proud of our men's team. You know, they're out there playing right now, so you know, hopefully they can get that W tonight. But you know, with them being NCAA, that'll just lead the way for our women's team, my team, for the future, and get NCAA status eventually. And you know, the desert is a hockey place. Like who plays hockey in the desert? ASU does. Thank you.
So tell me what your plans are now that you're one class left, right? That you're taking now. So what are your plans when you're all done here?
I would hope to continue like with a job in Arizona in the media, hopefully behind the scenes production. That's really cool. That's definitely my interest, and I feel that Arizona has a very large job market for my future career. So right now I'm taking that one class. I'm getting interviews right now, and you know, just trying to build my future and kind of plan ahead, because that's super important. And I would love to continue with ASU women's hockey, whether like helping behind the scenes or whatnot. But so far it's just kind of up in the air.
Well, you look like you're happy, you look like you're having fun, and that's what it's all about, right? If you're not having fun on the ice, it's time to stop playing. Exactly.
And you know, it's very easy to be out there with this team because there's such loves. Like, I don't know what there isn't to love about them, and it makes it very easy to come out and play with girls that want to play. And you know, again, there is that that chance that I wasn't going to be able to come back for this last half of the season. So to be able to have this class that I'm taking and have that eligibility to come back and play, I'm beyond ecstatic. I love hockey so much. It's just, I'm excited to play this weekend.
Oh, Danica, I know the feeling is mutual around ASU. They love watching you play, and good luck this weekend. Good luck the rest of the way, and let's see if we can get into that national tournament. How about that?
Yes, I agree. Thank you.
All right, we're here with another segment of Hockey Talk in the Desert Southwest. Been waiting around for this guy for a little while. Our schedules haven't connected, but we have connected today, so welcome to NIC Matters to the show.
Thank you for having me.
So Nick, tell me a little bit about what you do over at Cronkite. I know you're the president of WC Sports, right?
Yeah, I'm the president of the Walter Cronkite Sports Network. I know you've had Tyler on a few times, so I was his vice president and then took over for him when he stepped down. But I do just about everything with WCSN. I direct our women's hockey coverage. I've directed soccer coverage. I'll direct baseball coverage in the spring, and then I've done a bunch of photography too, and some producing, writing, broadcasting, absolutely everything related to the field of journalism I'll do for ASU.
Well, we're sitting here in the ASU locker room just before an ASU NCAA game. We just finished another women's game. Tell me what it's like to be at a university like this where there's so much action and things are flowing for you all the time.
Oh, I absolutely love this. Especially, I mean, we'll say that Oceanside isn't the best rink, but is it great? No, but I love how close we are with the media tower. It's really awesome. You're not going to get that close to the ice at any other school, which for me is great because when you're covering a team and you're going to write the article, or even for me taking pictures, the closer you are to the action, the better you're going to be able to write the story because you have a better idea of what's going on. You can hear things in the bench that you may not necessarily be able to from a press box. So let's say Gila River, and for me, my picture's going to be better. Let's say the video from our videographer is going to be a little better, and for me that makes it so much more fun to cover the team when you're up that much closer.
You know, and the other thing is you get the fans a lot closer to the ice, so there's a lot more environment, I should say, I guess, for a building like this. But tell me a little bit about your career at ASU so far. You've been involved in a lot of different things. You've seen a lot of different things with the athletic program here, specifically hockey. And tell me what you think the future is.
I'm really excited for the future. Right at the beginning of last year, I covered the NCAA men's team for Devils in Detail, and that was a really great opportunity because that was their first full season, and I got to kind of see their development. And then I covered the worst season in the history of the baseball program, which was interesting. But this year, women's hockey has presented a really cool opportunity because, I mean, last year was their first year, and I went to a couple of games, but I think I've missed one home game this year. And what they're doing at here with the women's hockey program is a really, really special thing because there hasn't been a chance for women to play hockey on the West Coast before. And what Lindsay and Katie and the staff and really the team are doing is a really great opportunity because the sport's growing quickly, and for me to have the chance to cover a quickly growing sport, I feel like I came to Cronkite and I came to ASU at the perfect time because the men's program is developing and the women's program is really just starting.
So there's a chance that you're going to be around here when we open up a new arena in a couple of years. Let's keep our fingers crossed. How exciting is that going to be to have a NCAA style rink right on campus?
Oh man, I'm really excited. Back when they had the deal with the Coyotes announced, I was really stoked because I'm like, oh, this is definitely going to happen. Now we're not so sure. I mean, Coach Powers has been hinting at it, so I'm really hopeful because that would be a fantastic opportunity. I mean, we talked about the intimate atmosphere at Oceanside is really great for the fans, but the problem that they're having is that there are a lot of people that can't go to the games because the student section is filling up within minutes of doors opening and tickets are selling out days before. And there are a lot of fans that would probably want to be able to go to the game, but they can't because there's just no room. I think the capacity is like 900 fans or something like that.
Right.
So, I mean, they get the 3,000 or 4,000 seat arena rink. That's going to bring in a lot of new fans, and the more fans they have, the program's just going to keep growing quicker and quicker.
Let's talk about your passion and growing up and what got you into sports and what brought you to Arizona State.
It's funny, for the longest time I was just a baseball fan. Baseball was the only sport that I watched, followed, whatever.
Not all bad.
I grew up listening to games on the radio and fell in love with the sport. And then in high school I got into broadcasting. I did some studio broadcast work, and I had some friends that were hockey fans, and they dragged me out to some AHL and ECHL games. And then I came to Arizona State. It was the only school that I applied to, actually. I saw the great journalism program because I knew I wanted to cover sports and I wanted to be a journalist, and ASU was the perfect place. It was the only school that I applied to, and since then I've just gotten to do so many things. I've really fallen in love with the sport of hockey. It was something that I had kind of followed before I came to ASU, but now between the ASU men's and women's team, it's been so much fun.
You know, as ASU's women's program grows, you've seen it, you know, from last year to this year, and what they're really lacking more than anything is numbers. You can't really put together a full unit because you only have 2 lines. So you can't put together a penalty kill, you can't put together a power play unit. So as they recruit, and I know there's a lot of exciting things coming up with their recruiting and their camps coming up, that's going to be really important in the development, isn't it?
Oh, it's going to be huge. I mean, they just announced the Minnesota prospect skate this summer, which is going to be absolutely fantastic to be able to get out of Arizona. I mean, a good portion of the roster right now is Arizona players, understandably, because they've only gotten the chance to recruit from Arizona. But now that they're going out halfway across the country to recruit will be absolutely fantastic. The recruiting class right now, I want to say, is at 9 players, 1 goalie, 2 defenders, and then a whole bunch of forwards. I mean, right now, like you said, they're only playing with 2 lines. They've had some rough times with injuries and other things going on that's kept them from skating as many players as they theoretically would want to. But I mean, next year, the fact that they're going to have 9 players coming in and only a few seniors graduated, that's going to do great things in terms of the growth of the program going forward.
You know, and a couple things that happened that I thought was a big boost for their program early was last year they got to host the the conference tournament, which was big because nobody was able to do it, and Oceanside stepped up along with ASU, and that gave them a little taste of what it was going to be like, I think. And then I think the confidence built this year when the new program at Grand Canyon came in and they were able to see some success against a crosstown rival. That doesn't hurt either, does it?
Oh, no, absolutely not. And especially with the rivalry, that's done absolutely tremendous things. I wrote about it, I want to say right after the GCU series. That rivalry is going to help grow not only the two individual programs, but the sport of women's hockey in the desert super quickly, because it's not a traditional rivalry like the ASU U of A. And I don't want to say that people take it for granted, but this is a new rivalry, and it's something that fans can really get behind. At the GCU games out in Peoria, the GCU fans were getting into it, and there were a lot of ASU fans that came out too. The support for both teams was fantastic, and it was some of the best hockey that, frankly, both teams had played all season. Not only that, but they were chippy games. The players were really getting into it, and the fans were getting into it, and for me that makes it more fun to cover. And I know the girls had a whole bunch of fun. Of course, it helps when they sweep them.
Absolutely. Spoken like a true ASU Sun Devil right there. Okay, tell me what's coming up on your docket the rest of the way for hockey, and what's coming up. I know you said baseball is coming up, which is going to be exciting as well, right?
Yeah, no. So right after this, I'm going to be calling the NCAA men's game for Blaze Radio, ASU student radio station. So that'll be a great time. Then I'm going to be right back out at the rink tomorrow morning, 9 a.m. for the women's, the third game of the series with the Cinnabon. And I'll be going to practice, and we have a couple games against Denver that I'll cover at the end of, or at the beginning of February. And then I'm really excited. I'm actually going to be traveling to Ohio to cover the games against Miami, which will be really cool since that's Coach Ellis's alma mater. That'll be a really fun weekend. And then essentially after that is going to be all baseball for me. I think the weekend after the Miami series is when baseball season starts up, and I'll be kicking into full drive, broadcasting games, doing videography, writing, and just about everything you can imagine.
Nick, as always, appreciate the time and appreciate your hard work. If they aren't following you, they need to follow you.
Thank you.
And we're going to finish it up with Sticks Up and Batters Up.
Thank you.